Fast-paced, high energy is a world where every mental void is immediately filled. Between human chatter and digital noise, we have lost the ability to sit in a vacuum. Our culture equates continuous output with value. We treat speaking and data generation as markers of intelligence, leaving no room for the intentional pause. This creates minds that are allergic to silence. In our classrooms and workplaces, intellectual fatigue has become the standard state of being because we never stop the intake. Ancient philosophers viewed this differently. For them, the highest achievement wasn't winning an argument with words, but possessing the discipline to shut up completely. Pythagoras is remembered today for triangles, but in his own time, he was a radical philosophical leader who demanded extreme discipline from his followers. To enter his inner circle, students had to pass a 5-year vow of absolute enforced silence. For half a decade, they were forbidden from speaking a single word. This raises a question about the nature of learning. Why did history's greatest thinkers believe that to understand reality, a human must first deliberately unlearn how to speak? They were practicing the subtractive method. They believed that removing language isn't a retreat into a void, but an active force required for high-level thought. This Pythagorean pedagogy of quiet eventually transitioned into later Neoplatonic schools. It became a standardized tool for deprogramming the mind. This line of thought persisted through the centuries, reaching Islamic scholars who translated and meticulously studied these ancient directives on the philosophical power of quietude. The mechanics are simple. Human language is often a clumsy tool that limits our perception. By stripping it away, these philosophers believed the mind could finally attune to the mathematical order and harmonies of the cosmos. Removing speech was the mechanism. It forced the intellect to stop reacting to the world and instead revert to its pure, essential nature. You find a similar architecture in Hindu philosophy. The concept of Mauna, or voluntary silence, is utilized as a tool for self-purification and mental discipline. The Vedic texts describe asat, the sounding silence. This is the original ground from which all organized human perception emerges. There is an account of the sage Badva being asked to explain the ultimate reality. He refused to speak. When pressed for an answer, he simply stated, "Silence is that self." To understand this, look at the spacing on a page. Letters alone don't provide meaning. It is the empty, silent space between them that creates legibility. By subtracting the noise of the ego, Mauna reveals the infinite canvas of the true self. Modern biological science offers a concrete physical explanation for these ancient practices. Silence causes literal, measurable changes in brain tissue. In 2013, a neurological study measured how different noise levels affected the brains of mice. They tested everything from ambient white noise to specific biological sounds. This chart shows the cellular reaction to those environments. Researchers expected the silence group to show the least activity. Instead, 2 hours of daily silence triggered a massive physiological reaction, growing brand new brain cells within the hippocampus, the region associated with memory and emotion. This is a biological trade. The deliberate physiological subtraction of noise literally adds new physical capacity to the brain. Silence is an active presence. It is a canvas waiting to be filled. Mahatma Gandhi practiced noble silence as a grounding mechanism. He used it to clear his mind during the complex struggles of the independence movement. Ramana Maharshi taught true silence is an internal discipline. It is the process of freezing the mind into a single, quiet thought to achieve self-realization. Today, every digital interaction is surveilled and monetized. In this culture of extractive noise, choosing silence is the ultimate act of intellectual rebellion. You can reclaim this technology. It starts with mindful listening and intentionally disconnecting from the digital streams that rush to fill your day. Walking in nature provides a biological reset. It induces environmental silence, allowing the brain a necessary cognitive break from the modern din. Challenge yourself to sit with the discomfort of not knowing. Resist the immediate urge to fill a quiet void with a search engine. Deep learning requires patience. The most enduring truths can only be heard when we stop.